Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm Nick Ray, and today I'm doing a smartphone camera comparison with the all-new Samsung Galaxy S21 and comparing that with the Pixel 5, which I'm using to record right now. As I do in all of these videos, everything that you see here is recorded on these devices, so keep an eye on the bottom of the screen to see which cameras from the different devices that are being used. Now, before we jump into the side-by-side comparisons between these two devices, let's go over the specs just to make sure that we're all on the same page. And we're going to start things off with the Samsung Galaxy S21 and its triple camera system on the back of the phone with a 12 megapixel main sensor, second 12 megapixel sensor for the ultra wide camera, and then finally 64 megapixels for its 3x zoom camera. As for the front facing sensor, that one is a 10 megapixel sensor for the selfie camera, and it can also record 4K video at 60 frames per second, as can the rear cameras as well. But then the main sensor can also be bumped up to 8K video at 24 FPS. For Google's Pixel 5, we have a more simple setup on the back of the phone with two sensors, a 12 megapixel sensor for the main camera and then a 16 megapixel sensor for the ultra wide camera. Those ones are capable of recording video at 4K 60 FPS, while the front-facing 8 megapixel camera maxes out at 1080p video at 30 FPS. With the camera specs of the Galaxy S21 and Google's Pixel 5 all squared away, let's go out and take some photos and videos in a variety of different lighting conditions to give you an idea of how these two devices perform in everyday use. And this here's a look at video capture from the front-facing camera on both of these devices. The Galaxy S21 does have two advantages here, being able to capture video in 4K, but also its front-facing camera is an autofocus lens, whereas the Pixel 5 has a fixed focus lens there. So you get a little bit shallower depth of field on the S21, which you don't get on the Pixel 5. And here we have 4K video capture from the rear cameras on both of these devices. The nice thing is you can switch between the ultra-wide main sensor and then zoom in. Of course, the Pixel device is doing a digital crop on the main sensor, while the Samsung Galaxy S21 is using the 3x zoom camera for this shot. this here is a look at video from the front-facing camera on both of these devices. From what I can see on the screen, the Samsung device does look a little bit brighter, but it's really hard to see if one is a little bit more grainy than the others. But definitely both of these do perform decently in low light conditions like this. But again, the Pixel 5 only recording video at 1080p versus 4K on the Galaxy S21. And that's going to do it for this camera comparison between the Samsung Galaxy S21 and Google's Pixel 5. Let me know what you think of the results in the comments below, and which device you would rather use on a day-to-day basis for capturing photos and videos. I do have more camera comparisons with the Galaxy S21 coming up, so make sure you subscribe to the channel and stay tuned for that. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.